Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Gamers podcast. And today, I'm here to I'm here to talk to you guys more about the Onision situation, and just generally a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff that's going on with my channel and everything. But we need to stick to the most important part about this podcast, and that's going to be about the Onision situation. Ever since my last podcast that I made on this topic, I believe about a month ago now, things have really ramped up. So, as most of you know, oh, excuse me. Sorry, I just had a late dinner. As most of you know, Chris Hansen has been on Onision's ass for the longest time now. It's been since last August, and we're into 2020 of January right now. So that's pretty good. Chris Hansen is a persistent motherfucker, and I will 100% support everything he's doing because there is more to this case than everyone thought originally. Like, we kind of thought that this guy was just this idiot who thought he was above the law, who was fucking with people's emotions. And honestly, like, there is potential. Like, they're looking into putting away Onision because, like, his spouse Kai, as I've said last time, right? Like, Kai has the biggest chance of going to prison over this situation, hands down. Like, he is completely fucked. He is so fucked, where to a point where everyone kind of knows that Kai's going down, but it was always in the underlining thing, what's going to happen to Onision himself. And holy asshat, is shit going down with this case. Like, just going down. It is gotten to a point where I think he is fucking scared, because he's not saying anything about the topic. He's not trying to defend himself because in the past, like, I know, like, he said that, like, he didn't want to do it anymore. Like, he said that he didn't want this anymore to, talk about his personal life because, frankly, it makes him the most hated YouTuber. And frankly, it bit him in the ass in the end because of YouTube's policy changes. So, yeah, man, we are golden on the Onision situation. Like, there is a thorough investigation on him, like, on his household, and that's because of the Pierce County in Washington State, we should say, like, because that's where Onision lives. He is in the Pierce County, and freaking lo and behold, Chris Hansen interviewed the sheriff from the Pierce County Sheriff's Office in Washington. Holy hell, And he said that they are in cahoots with the FBI, the state, like the state laws and shit, like that type of stuff, to really do a thorough investigation. And to icing on the cake, there is evidence being told that because it turns out that friggin' this what's his name, Vince, the web producer, he clicked two buttons and apparently he's a web producer. He was saying that this laptop was being obtained from Sarah and Regina, and basically it didn't go through. So now, okay, I'm turning this off. Give me a second. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't do that anymore. So yeah. So basically, like, at this point, I think it's safe to say that Onision is 100% fucked. He is fucked. He is royally fucked because there is no way in halibut that he's gonna get out of this unscathed. Like, at this point, his career is completely over. Like, his YouTube career is done, because of his behavior. He thought he was doing nothing wrong. He thought that by doing this stuff, it was, you know, like it was totally fine what he was doing, and it isn't. It isn't. He needs to get his shit together, and he needs to fucking man up and fucking come out and just admit the truth to everything. Because if he thinks he's the most honest YouTuber in the world, he's not. He's been lying to us for years. For years. And he'll kind of tell us close to the truth sometimes, but sometimes he'll just bold-faced lie. You know, he's faked videos before, and when he said he didn't. You know what I mean? Like, and the biggest key to this is Sarah and Regina, but mainly Sarah. Not to discredit Regina, but Sarah, if Sarah's willing to provide evidence against these people, then you know, we're moving forward, man. Like, this is, like, I cannot wait. And I honestly, I can say this now. I cannot wait until we live in a world where, or where when we use YouTube, like, Onision's name is never brought up. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that within the next 3 to 5 years, Onision's name is gonna be used as an insult to other YouTubers. Like, they're because, and people are already doing it. Like, I saw a video the other day, and it's like, oh, Onision's twin. That's way worse, right? Clickbait title. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy shit, man. And, you know, I kind of made my prediction in my podcast. I thought it was gonna be like in March or April or May even, when this stuff goes down. But the bottom line is that, you know what's gonna happen? I think Onision's going down. I really do. I think it's over for him. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will celebrate it, because we need this guy. Like, I think at this point now, it's like people do believe that we sorry, we do need Onision off of this platform, and he's getting run off of it pretty fast, you know. Like he's just hanging on for dear life at this point, you know. I'm pretty sure, like, because of these little freak out videos he made, he kind of got a boom over this stuff. And he thought it was helping his image, but it wasn't. He would not his image, his career, like his money wise. But it's not, you know, like he's still broke. Like, he's in so much trouble with the law. Like, it's not even funny anymore. Like, this is gonna be happening, you know. This is what's gonna happen, right? And we're gonna, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited to finally see an end to this gentleman. And he's not even a gentleman. He is a freaking creep. I think it's time that, you know, we start looking at the internet community, especially the YouTube community, and we start, you know, doing better investigations in people and, like, their behavior and any information that's out there. And I think that this should be a lesson to other platforms, like streaming platforms, that, you know, we need to stand up. Like, they need to step up, and they need to provide law enforcement with certain things that happen, right? Like, if they catch wind of, like, smack dab dead set evidence that, you know, anything's going on, like, they should have a team that, you know, like, sends it over, right? So, like, all of this bizarre behavior of Onision, like, they should actually have a team that watches this shit, right? Like, with the big investigator, like Chris Hansen, like, watch his shit, and then watch Onision shit, and then, you know, do some research, and then see, like, what this guy's been doing, you know? I mean, it is absolutely redonkulous that YouTube is not doing anything, because the one time we want YouTube to silence someone is the one time they don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I think they need to step up a little bit. Like, it doesn't really affect, like, PR if everyone wants you to fucking talk about a certain individual on your platform. You know what I mean? Like, Honestly, Susan, if you're watching this and you want to come on this podcast, I mean, freaking go for it. Let's do it, man. I'm ready for you. You know, I'm a small creator. Like, I don't make any money off your platform. I won't, you know what I mean? Like, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Onision. Let's talk about what you think. Let's talk about YouTube's policies on this certain matter, because we all know that you have policies, right? Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at myself in the mirror. I'm looking at my hairline right now. I actually have a freshly shaved head. That's why there's some extra shine on my thin spot. But you know what? I'm not going to let this affect me anymore. Look at that. Are you excited for when I actually completely shave my head bald? That's going to be hilarious. It's going to be a nice shine to it, but it's whatever. I don't care anymore. Okay, so anyways. Okay, I care a little bit, but I just got to deal with it. Like, I'm done. That's actually another reason why I don't post videos, is because of my hair loss, but that's gonna stop from now on. It's part of it. So back to the main point though. Yeah, the time for bullshit is over, and I couldn't be more happy. I think it's time that something gets done about this. I think it's time that it's over. It's time for it to be over. And I to all the people out there that are getting impatient like I am, we just gotta wait. I'm starting to trust Chris Hansen. His producer was kind of making Chris Hansen look really bad, but the reality is that it's not the biggest deal in the world about that. Chris Hansen took care of that very quickly. So yeah. And Chris Hansen, if you're watching this, if you want like a real web producer, I'm your man. I will help you with the live streams. We'll do all of it for you. I can click 2 buttons, you know what I mean, to do all this. Hopefully whoever he's got now just doesn't make an appearance on shit. I think the show should just be Chris Hansen, and that's it. Chris Hansen and his guests, because I think there is something to be said about, that sort of situation. I think Vince should have stayed behind the camera like 100% of the time. I think he should have just been there to yeah, and if Chris Hansen wanted him to read out questions, then okay. But I don't know. That whole Vince thing is stupid. But let's get down to the main point, is that there is evidence trying to be obtained by the FBI, by the Pierce County Sheriff's Department in Washington. And they are gonna look through it, and they are gonna be showcased. It's gonna showcase the truth. And if the truth is what Sarah and Regina have been saying this whole entire time, it is over for Onision. It is over for Kai, especially. Kai will be able to be charged with the possession of child not so appropriate images. Okay? So, yeah. So, there you go. I do commemorate Sarah and Regina for being so willing to do this. And I was just watching. The reason why I'm making this podcast is because I just finished watching Chris Hansen's latest episode of Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. And it was a short episode of it. It was a short show, but there was a lot of information in there. And it's crazy, And then we have this whole court thing. Like, what is that? Okay. I'm pretty sure Onision's going to try and sue Repsion and Chris Hansen for slander. Like, I think he's going to say, you are slandering me and my family, and you're harassing me. Which is, like, I doubt it. Honestly, I don't think he's got a case. Because there's examples of him harassing other people and making fun of people and, in a way, cyberbullying someone. Eugenia Cooney took the brunt of cyberbullying from this dude, from harassment from this dude. Like, and she said, can you please stop? And he kept doing it. That's cyberbullying, my friend. So, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure if there's a case of slander, it's going to get thrown right the fuck out. And if there's any way where Onision wins that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be by a shitty judge and by, you know, a sleazy fucking lawyer. You know what I mean? But it kind of seems like the state of Washington's kind of knows their shit and kind of can stand their ground against shit like that. So we're doing this, man, and he's being hit hard now. Like, I'm pretty sure he says, saw a thumbnail or a title of a YouTube video, and it said that Onision says he fears for his life because of the two victims that are coming out. Like, fear for his life for what? If you've done nothing wrong, why are you fearing for your life? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's over half the podcast about Onision. So please, if you'd like to, you can stay tuned for the boring part of the podcast, which is going to be kind of about me and about what I've been doing on this platform for a little bit. Basically, to put it bluntly, I've been off this. I haven't made an appearance on my YouTube channel in quite some time. What happened again? Right. Basically, what happened here, let me angle that. Basically, what happened was that I ended up, so this computer that I'm using right now broke. Like, put it simply, it broke. My friend helped me fix it. He basically did all the work. So thank you, Ty. Big shout out to Ty. He helped me fix it. It works great, but ever since it got fixed, I am having issues with it. And not issues with the PC itself, but issues with OBS Studio, which is the program I usually record this on. So, it's, I don't know, honestly, it's a bunch of bullshit, like what's going on here. I'm actually pretty fed up and very annoyed by my computer issues. OBS is being kind of a dick right now. But luckily I have other ways of recording with my camera. And it's mainly my webcam that's being a dick right now. Like, I got all the settings figured out on OBS. The one thing I need to figure out is my webcam and my microphone. So hopefully this podcast sounds pretty freaking good, because I just looked up a video on how to handle a noise gate. So hopefully what the guy said was correct, and hopefully it sounds amazing to a degree. And yeah, but you know, we'll see. So right now my OBS is very fucked up right now. I might try and uninstall it and reinstall it. Maybe that would work, but I'm not sure. Hopefully everything is going to work out well in that department, in the technical department, because there's some stuff I want to do, and it involves me like setting up OBS on a different laptop or on a different computer, which is a laptop. So yeah, and I'm very excited. I'm very, very, very excited about everything. So so that's kind of why I've been away. I've been trying to film stuff, and that's what I can mainly do right now, is just film videos, film gaming videos, film all that shit. And then, you know, obviously film the podcast, right? And so that's what I'm kind of doing right now. Like, please bear with me. We are, you know, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I have goals for this channel for this year. I intend to hit all of them. Starting with uploading 7 videos in 1 week, which is 1 video a day for a week. Seeing if I can do it, because I used to do it a lot. You know, but, you know, just kind of trying. Basically, that's me practicing time management, you know. And with videos, it'll be a lot easier because, or not easier, it'll be more challenging, which will make will make my life easier in the future, because I'll know what I can handle, what I can't handle. So yeah, so I got a lot of series that I'm going to set up in that week, right? Like, I just filmed one, and the microphone settings are effed up on it, but it's still a really good video, so I might throw it all together and set that up for the channel, along with some other stuff. I need to get this figured out, the microphone. Like, I need to get all the settings figured out. I used to have it down to a T, and if you listen to the previous podcast, it sounded pretty friggin' good, but I don't know what happened, honestly. Trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's pretty much it from from that point. So I'll even make a fight prediction for tomorrow or later today because this is being uploaded like 5 in the goddamn morning. I predict that Jake Paul will win the fight on January 30th by TKO in the 4th round. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy if it's gonna be crazy like that. This event is gonna be absolutely crazy for the YouTube boxing stuff. I think the boxing stuff is kind of dying down a little bit. I think everyone's kind of like it. I think the internet kind of prefers things to move pretty fast. And I remember they got that Logan KSI deal, the first one. They got that done pretty quickly. Like there's a lot of back and forth, but it held our attention a lot. But now that everything's being handled by a boxing promoter, I'm pretty sure it's there's more of like a set way of doing things, and there's not a whole lot of shit talking that's going on this time around. And KSI thinks that he completely destroyed Logan Paul, which is bullshit. So yeah, Jake Paul's gonna fight Gib, this Gib dude who I actually haven't heard of until the first KSI Logan card. And Gib and this dude fought each other, and it was a good fight. Like, I must admit, it was a good fight. Gib is really good at pushing the pace. I am a huge fight fan myself, which gives me a lot to talk about in this topic, because what Logan did in the first fight was bullshit. Like, I have no idea why Logan was just jabbing for 4.5 rounds or 3.5 rounds until the 4th round when he knocked him down. Like, why? Like, he should have came out kind of like he came out in the first fight, because in the first fight, they were using bigger gloves and head guards, which kind of, and now they're using 10-ounce gloves and no head guards. If Logan came out like slightly more strategic and the same way he came out in the first fight and adjusted everything he, fucked up on, like the showboating and all that stuff, Logan would have knocked him out within 3 rounds. I can guarantee you, because KSI literally fights the exact same way. And if he saw that he fights the exact same way, then dude, that is, excuse me, that is not how, that's not how you win fights. The way you win fights is by going out there and letting your hands go, throwing combinations, especially in the striking game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. I kind of do, just because I'm a fight fan and I've seen so many fights. I've seen it at the professional level. I've watched so much UFC. You know what I mean? This is me. I consider myself an educated fan, right? Like, I don't understand the minute little details like coaches and fighters do. But I understand the outside stuff where you can kind of tell where someone went wrong, right? And help with the commentators as well, right? And I think, like, if Logan started, as soon as, like, I'm pretty sure if KSI, because KSI would throw wild, and I'm pretty sure all Logan could do is literally a right hand and comes like a straight right, dude. And if he threw it fast and hard, KSI would have been rocked within 2 rounds, right? If Logan just kept doing it, just kept touching him up with the 10-ounce gloves, man. But he didn't. He claimed to be sick. I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't know. I think Logan needs to redeem himself. He should fight at least once more in boxing or in MMA. If he wants to do MMA, he better train his ass off. Otherwise, don't even bother. Stick to YouTube. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, closing thoughts on the matter. I don't know. Basically, So what do we have in store for 2020? Well, tomorrow night, later today, it's 5 in the morning for me. Later today, we have Jake Paul versus Gibb, which I'm pretty stoked about. And then after that, then what's going to happen, right? Then after that if Jake Paul wins, KSI said he would fight Jake Paul. And I think the reason why is because he knows that there's an opportunity there. If Jake can fight KSI and KSI beats Jake and actually adjusts his strategy, his strategy and beats Jake, then KSI will be on top of the world. But the problem is that Jake is a completely different fighter than Logan. I remember watching Jake, right? Because I remember watching Jake when he fought Deji. Even though Deji wasn't the greatest fighter himself, Jake he came out and he was ready, right? He came out, he was walking, right? He was popping that jab out there. And that's what I really liked from Jake. I actually really enjoyed the Deji Jake Paul fight because of just the way he fought. And if Jake has that mindset where he just sticks to his game plan, he came out there and he had his hands ready. And then when Logan kind of came out with some similar stance because they got trained by the same person. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that Logan is pretty intense. It's intense with Logan. I think Logan does have slightly a softer side to him than Jake has. I think Jake is willing to get after it and willing to get out there and to make sure he does what he is supposed to do in order to finish a fight. And I'm pretty sure, and I kind of agree with Jake, I'm pretty sure if KSI gets hit with a shot, with a decent shot, he'll go down. I'm pretty sure, because he got rocked with that uppercut. I'm pretty sure the second one put him down. So I'm just talking about boxing right now. So yeah, so you know what, let's cut it short there. We don't need to talk anymore. I'm gonna go edit this, get it ready to be uploaded. But yeah, so top it all off, hats off to you, Chris Hansen. You're doing an amazing job for not only our community, but for the alleged victims in this case. Hats off to the FBI, Pierce County in Washington. You're all doing a great job, and I do believe that justice will be served. And that was really cheesy, so I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it, everyone. Hopefully the microphone's quality sounds good. If it sounds weird, I apologize. I will fix it in the future, but I do need to get this video up. I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks, so take it easy, everyone. All right, bye.